Congratulations, first of all. You've worked hard for this. It's been a long time coming. You've earned it. Tell me, how does UFC 167 play out in your head?
UFC 167, we both get into the octagon. Bruce Buffer announces us. We have a referee who says, "Are you ready? Are you ready?" And then the magic happens. You know, then the fight happens, and I see myself getting my hand raised. You know, I have to. If I don't see myself getting my hand raised, why am I here? You know, so I have to go in there with the attitude and the confidence that I can win this fight, and that's what I think is, you know, Chris Weidman showed, is that you have to have that confidence. You have to have that that attitude that you can win this fight.
You talk about Chris Weidman, who basically shocked the MMA with that win.
Yes.
So why do you think you'll be the next Chris Weidman, if you permit me to use that?
If you put it in those terms, because I believe in my skills. I believe that I have what it takes to win. You know, I have all the tools. I've put in the work, and we sort of think alike in the aspects of that wrestling term. He's just another person. You know, the only difference between me and him is he's got the belt right now. But other than that, when you get in the octagon, he's just a human. He doesn't have that belt. He has nothing. We're 0-0 going into that octagon, and that's sort of the way that I face every bout, is that this is my first fight in UFC. I got to get my first win in the UFC, and I think hopefully that carries over.
So do you think mentally that maybe you're stronger than George, or how do you feel about your mental game?
Oh, my mental game, I believe, is one of my strongest attributes. No matter how the fight's going, no matter how, you know, you get your nose broke, you get this, you get that. I don't know, for some reason, I smile, you know, whenever I get punched. You know, you get bad stuff happens, and it sort of it makes me feel alive. I don't know why, I don't know how, but the harder the fight is, the more I enjoy it.
Forgive me if this is a naive question, but I'm not familiar. Do you have someone in your camp that's does any psychological, mental training with you?
Oh, no. I don't like them head doctors.
Would it not be maybe beneficial to do that?
No, like I said, head doctors, it's all they are, head cases, you know what I mean? Like, if I need somebody to get me pumped up for a fight, I shouldn't probably take the fight. Also, somebody to say that I need to do this, I need to do this. They really don't know me. They know my mind, but they don't know my body. Your body can do so much that your mind tries to hold back. And your mental toughness is where you can break through to the next level. And that's what makes my mind so strong, is that not only did my body break through, but through college wrestling, my mind broke through, you know, and that really helped me get to the next level.
George has faced power punchers in Thiago Alves, faced strong wrestlers like Josh Koscheck. What problems are you going to bring to him that he hasn't faced before?
Well, I have one punch knockout power. Yeah, they all have knockout power, but I got the one punch, forget where you've been. And also, I have the wrestling power that not a lot of people seen. You saw it on the Carlos Condit fight, but you don't see it a lot in my fights because, man, that's just, I want to knock somebody out. You know what I'm saying? And to know that I'm gonna have to use my wrestling in this fight. You know, you don't face George St. Pierre without using some of your wrestling. So I got that prepared. You know, because I get to go back to Oklahoma State. I work at Oklahoma State a lot, and Coach Smith's an amazing coach. I got amazing guys that are going to push me to the brink, and so with that being said, I have to go in there with the attitude that you have to use wrestling.
Were you surprised at all when George asked you to participate in the beta testing?
Yes. I'm fat. I'm big, but I'm fat. Do I look like I take, you know, I don't look ripped 24/7. You know what I'm saying? And that's pretty much, I know Nevada State Commission will do their job. You know, they test us. And, you know, if UFC, if they want to add anything else into there, you know, test us wise, I'm gladly take anything that they give us. So it was a shock. It sort of made me think, do you think I'm on something? You know, but I don't know. It doesn't, you know, it doesn't really bother me.
I'm just still shocked that you just said you're fat. But what about biogenesis steroids? If the MMA is potentially linked to that scandal, do you think it would be a cause for them to have tougher testing?
Yeah, and you know, they probably already had that on their mind. You know, I don't know what goes on behind the scenes, because you really can't focus too much on anything else, because in your career you only have a select amount of time to be a UFC fighter, right? And in that time, you know, I wasn't lucky enough to get in here when I was 20, 19, you know, so I have only a select amount of time, so I can't worry about all that other stuff. You know, if it comes out and then they have a problem with it, then I can say, okay, you know, but as of right now, I have to focus on getting that belt and hopefully defending it until I retire.
I want to ask you for a minute about Rory's fight against Jake. He basically froze, and many people are criticizing that fight as not having been very exciting, having been a boring fight. Then there's George, who says it, you know, Rory was tactically brilliant and goes on about how he loved the fight. Does it put more pressure on you to perform in a high-stakes fight like this now? Or is a win just a win?
How many times have I been in a high-stake fight and I've never froze? You know what I'm saying? I've faced guys with long reaches. George says that's a great tactical fight. What does that say? You know what I mean? What is he planning for me? So if he thinks that's a brilliant tactical plan, and so then I know right now that's what he's thinking. He's thinking he's going to control that jab. He's gonna use his wrestling to close the distance, to keep me always guessing, right? And so with that being said, if I know this, I can prepare for this.
How prepared are you for this? I mean, you fought in Las Vegas many times, but it's your big headline fight, and it's the 20th anniversary show.
See, none of that matters. None of that matters. You know, yeah. The only difference is I'll be fighting, 30 minutes later, because I've been a co-main event. The 20th anniversary, it doesn't mean anything if I don't win. You know, I want to win the belt on the 20th anniversary. And that's sort of what I'm shooting for, is don't let all those little distractions over here, over there get to you. Focus on what you need to do. When you need to do it, and that's November 16th. Be the best fighter I can be, and do whatever it takes to get my hand raised.
What's the first thing that'll go through your mind if you win the welterweight title from the greatest welterweight champion of all time?
The first thing, thank the good Lord. You know, if you look at my career and you look how fast it happened, man, it just... I can't take all the credit. You know what I mean? I'm 15-1. I was 5-0 going into UFC. How many 5-0 guys do you see going into UFC 4 years later going for a title? There's only been one other one, you know, that, or two actually. John Jones, now Chris Weidman, you know, that have won the belt. And so I just would give it all to him, and I would go back to my house and kick back and be a family man, because I know my wife's got a tough camp ahead of her. She's, you know, we just had our third little girl, and whenever I start training for this fight, I know I sort of separate myself so that way I can do all this stuff, and I'm just praying that everything goes well with her.
Thank you so much for doing this.
Hey, thank you.